So now we come to Newton's first law for motion, and the law states that every object continues in its state of rest or of uniform motion in a straight line unless it is acted upon by an external force. And this law is also called law of inertia because it deals with the property inertia, which is the property of every material. Now there is a relation between force and mass. Look carefully. The person has lesser mass, so it has less inertia, although it wants to stay in the state of motion. But the elephant has got more mass, so it has got more inertia. So it cannot move the elephant. Moving the elephant is more difficult because it got more inertia due to greater mass. So inertia is also a property of the mass. And what does it do? Let's see. Force applied is directly proportional to the acceleration produced. What is the acceleration? We have studied earlier. Direct proportional means the both of them increase together. If there is greater force, there is greater acceleration. We know that. So, but we also know that acceleration is inversely proportional to mass. It means heavier objects need more acceleration. Or we can say that acceleration decreases when the mass increases. When we combine the two, we get A is directly proportional to F upon m. Now to remove this sign of proportionality and to insert is equal to, we insert a constant K. So it becomes A is equal to K F upon m, where K is the constant of proportionality. But since the value of the K is 1, for an acceleration of 1 meters per second and a mass of 1 kilogram and the force of 1 Newton. So we can omit this and it becomes A is equal to F upon m, or F is equal to ma. Okay, so this brings to the second law of motion. And the second law of the motion states that when a force acts on an object, it produces acceleration in it in the direction of the applied force. This acceleration is directly proportional to the magnitude of the applied force, means greater the acceleration, greater the force. So we have come to the first example from the book. That is example 4.1. And it says that a body of mass 50 kilograms is moving with an acceleration of 5 meters per second. So we have to find out the force which is acting on the body. Simple formula, F is equal to ma, insert the values and you got 5 5s are 25. So we have got 250 Newton, and that's the force which is acting on the object. Then we have got another example 4.2. It says that a car of mass 1000 kilograms is traveling at 100 kilometers per hour. So initial velocity 100 kilometers per hour has to be converted by the same formula we had been using, multiplied by 1000 and divided by 3600. So we get 27.78 meters per second as the initial velocity. Now traveling at 100 kilometers per hour is uniformly brought to rest. It means final velocity is 0 over a distance of 40 meters. Find number 1, acceleration, which is the deceleration, and number 2, the average force. Okay, so to find the acceleration, we will use the formula Vf square minus Vi square is equal to 2as. When we insert the values, we get 0 square minus 27.78 square is equal to 2 into 40 into A. And multiplying, we will get 770 minus 771.72 divided by 80 is equal to A, and that's become minus 9.65 meters per second square. So it indicates that it is a deceleration because of the minus sign. To find the force, the same formula, F is equal to ma, and we'll insert the given value 1000 into A minus 9.65, and the force is 9650 newtons, minus again because it is the opposing force, so the minus sign is there. For today's assignment, you have to define what is force and what is inertia. You have to state the first and the second laws of motion.